Imagine walking through a giant cosmic museum. Each planet is an exhibit, strange, extreme, and beautiful in its own way. Some are boiling hot, others colder than anything we can imagine. Some have storms bigger than Earth, while others may hide oceans beneath their icy shells. Let's take a guided tour of the solar system. Every planet explained in a way that makes you feel like you're actually standing there. Mercury. This is the closest planet to the sun. It's a small, gray, rocky world, only a little bigger than Earth's moon. Because it has almost no atmosphere, it cannot hold on to heat. That's why temperatures swing from one extreme to another. During the day, the surface can reach 430 degrees Celsius, or 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt metal. But when night falls, the heat escapes into space and the temperature drops to negative 180 degrees Celsius or negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit, colder than Antarctica. A day on Mercury is also strange. One full day, sunrise to sunrise, takes 176 Earth days. That means if you stood on Mercury, the sun would crawl slowly across the sky, baking the land for months before plunging it back into frozen darkness. Venus is often called Earth's twin because it's almost the same size, but the resemblance ends there. Venus is the most dangerous planet in the solar system. Its thick atmosphere is made mostly of carbon dioxide, trapping heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. Temperatures reach 475 degrees Celsius or 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than Mercury, even though Venus is further from the sun. The air pressure is 90 times greater than Earth's, the same as being 1 kilometer underwater. The sky is filled with yellow clouds of sulfuric acid, and the winds blow at 350 kilometers per hour or 220 miles per hour. If Earth is a paradise, Venus is a nightmare version of it. A warning of what happens when a planet loses balance. Earth is the miracle. It is placed perfectly in the habitable zone. Not too hot, not too cold. Its thin atmosphere gives us air to breathe and traps just the right amount of warmth. Oceans cover 70% of the surface, acting like a cooling system that prevents extreme temperatures. Earth is also protected by an invisible magnetic shield that blocks harmful radiation from the sun. Without it, our atmosphere would have been stripped away, just like what happened on Mars. When you compare Earth to its neighbors, you realize this balance is rare, maybe unique. So far, it's the only place we know that carries life. Mars. Mars is often called the red planet because its soil is rich in rusty iron. Mars is half the size of Earth, but it has many features that feel familiar. Mountains, valleys, deserts, and polar ice caps. In fact, Mars has the tallest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons, which is 3 times higher than Mount Everest. It also has a canyon, Valles Marineris, so deep and long, it would stretch across the entire United States. But the weather is brutal. The thin atmosphere cannot hold heat, so Mars is freezing cold, around negative 60 degrees Celsius on average. Dust storms sometimes cover the whole planet for weeks. Yet, Mars holds evidence of ancient rivers and lakes. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, it might have been warm and wet, possibly with the right conditions for life. That's why Mars is the planet most humans dream of exploring, and maybe even colonizing. Jupiter. Now, we enter the realm of the giants. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. In fact, you could fit more than 1,300 Earths inside it. Jupiter is made almost entirely of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium. If Earth is a solid rock, Jupiter is a swirling storm. Its atmosphere is full of colorful stripes and violent winds. The most famous feature is the Great Red Spot, a gigantic storm that has raged for at least 350 years. It's so big, it could swallow 3 Earths side by side. Jupiter also has a strong magnetic field, the strongest in the solar system, and it acts like a guardian. Its gravity pulls in asteroids and comets that might otherwise crash into Earth. Without Jupiter, life on our planet might never have survived. And then there are its moons, at least 95 known moons, including Europa, which hides an ocean of liquid water beneath its icy shell, and Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system. Some of these moons may even harbor life. Saturn. This is the jewel of the solar system. Saturn is famous for its rings, bright, shimmering bands made of countless pieces of ice and rock, some as small as pebbles, others as big as mountains. The rings stretch hundreds of thousands of kilometers, making Saturn one of the most breathtaking sights in space. But Saturn is more than its beauty. It's another gas giant, slightly smaller than Jupiter, but with a lower density. So low, in fact, that if you could drop Saturn in a giant ocean, it would float. Saturn also has fascinating moons. Titan is larger than Mercury and has rivers, lakes, and seas, not of water, but of liquid methane and ethane. Another moon, Enceladus, shoots geysers of water vapor into space, suggesting a hidden ocean beneath its icy shell. Many scientists think Saturn's moons are some of the best places to search for alien life. Uranus, farther out, is Uranus, the strangest of all. Uranus is tilted on its side, almost 98 degrees. It doesn't spin like other planets. It rolls around the sun like a ball. Scientists believe a massive collision knocked it over long ago. This tilt makes Uranus's seasons extreme. Each pole spends 21 years in continuous sunlight, followed by 21 years of darkness. Its pale blue color comes from methane in the atmosphere, which absorbs red light and reflects blue. Even though it looks calm, Uranus is not peaceful. Winds blow at over 900 kilometers per hour, or 560 miles per hour, faster than any hurricane on Earth. Neptune. Finally, Neptune, the farthest known planet. It's a dark blue giant, similar to Uranus, but far more violent. Neptune has the strongest winds in the solar system, reaching 2,000 kilometers per hour, or 1,200 miles per hour. That's 5 times faster than a jet plane. Its atmosphere is full of storms. The most famous was the Great Dark Spot, a storm the size of Earth that appeared and disappeared within just a few years. Neptune is a planet of chaos, always changing. Neptune's largest moon, Triton, is equally strange. It has icy geysers that shoot nitrogen gas into space, and it orbits Neptune backwards, which suggests it may have been a captured world.